I cannot believe this is the 50th time I am sitting down and trying to stumble my way through this introduction. It does not get any easier. The introduction is like the most awkward part of this whole shebang. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 50 of the Stop Drop and Knit podcast. My name is Lisa and I am coming to you from a very rainy day on Long Island, New York. And this is one of the very last times I'm going to be coming to you from this location because we found an apartment this week. We signed a lease today, so we finally know where we are going to be moving to. I was not planning on filming a podcast indoors or this weekend at all, but I did find myself all alone in an empty house, and yeah, I've got about an hour before anybody is due back home. So I thought that I would just take advantage and try to record a little episode for you guys. I'm very excited because there is a lot of natural light in the apartment, so I should have a reliable place to record. We also have a little patio area outside in the back, so I am hoping to be able to continue doing a lot of these videos outside still. So yeah, we're going to be moving in the middle to the end of April. Our lease starts April 15th, so yeah, this is one of the very last podcast episodes I will be recording from this location, which for those of you who don't know is my childhood home, and my parents are selling the house. They're moving to South Carolina, so yeah, so things are, there's a lot of change going on here. Yeah, so I think that's enough of the little awkward chit chat. 50 episodes. 50 episodes. Okay, so let's get right into it. What am I wearing? Guys, it's finished. It is finally a finished object. This is actually the very first time I am wearing my Junction sweater. This is a pattern by Andrea Mowry, and I started it a few months ago before the holidays. So maybe November. I want to say I started it in November, and I love everything about it. So I chose the size 3. I did not do a gauge swatch for this, but I'm pretty consistently fit into a size 3, which is a medium, usually that kind of size range. This is actually the first sweater of Andrea Mowry's that I have knit, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last because it was a blast to knit and I love the finished product. I think that the fit of the neckline honestly just depends on what size it is that you knit. As I said, I didn't do a gauge swatch. I wanted a nice open neckline that I could wear something underneath it if I wanted to, but I like more of a boat neck kind of style for me. But this is knit with my hand spun. I'm going to try to get a little bit closer here. So this was my first real experience with brioche anything. I had only done a little bit of it before on a sweater that I designed for my son last Christmas. But the contrast color here is my own hand spun, and it's the first time that I have used my hand spun in a sweater too. So yeah, oh my goodness, I love this so much. I'm really close to the camera. I hope you guys don't mind. It's just so pretty. It is so pretty. And oh my goodness, I love the little flea stitch. Was so fun to knit. So I still have so much of my hand spun. I should probably go get it. Should I go get it? I don't know. I'm not gonna get it. No, I should go get it. Hold on. Okay, I've got it. I have so much of my hand spun left, you guys. I have all of this left, plus another one, this little bit this little bit, and all of this. You guys, I still have so much left. So this is my own hand spun from Frabjous Fibers. It is a Pulworth, 100% Pulworth wool. And this was the iris colorway. I have so much left. I'm really happy about that because I love it so much. And then the other yarn that I used for the sweater was Harrisville Designs. It's actually mill ends. And I ended up having to also buy one skein of their daylights to do the cuffs and the hem. So, and as you can see, even though the yarn for the sleeve and the main body was a fingering weight and the cuff is a DK weight, it looks totally fine. So I actually investigated what the difference was. And it looks like that for the main body of the sweater, the yarn that I had picked up as mill ends was 2-ply, and this one here appears to be a 3-ply. So there is a bit of a difference between them, but my idea to use it for the ribbing turned out so fantastically. So I still have a really good amount of the daylights left, and I have so much of my hand spun that I've got to think of another project. I'm so excited I get to use it again. Maybe a hat and mittens, I don't know, something like that. So, but I'm not gonna work with it anymore right now. I'm really happy with the Junction sweater. I don't know how well you'll be able to see. Let me see. So I'm just backing up a little bit so that we can get the whole sweater on the camera. So the length is perfect. The hem turned out perfect. Oh my gosh. I love it so much. I love all of the ease in it, and it's just so cozy, and we're still gonna have another couple of weeks before spring really comes to visit us here on Long Island. We've had a few beautiful days in the 60s, but we're still in the 40s and 50s here pretty consistently. So I get to wear it just a little bit. So I haven't gotten like any proper finished object photos taken. I actually just stepped outside in the rain so that I could try to take a few pictures for like a thumbnail. So we'll see how those turned out. But yeah, the things that you do for a thumbnail picture, you stand out in the rain with your tripod. So I found like a little spurt of time there where it wasn't coming down so heavy. It was just a light drizzle. So yeah, you guys, this also is my only finished object for the week. So we are going to swing right. Actually, that's not true. I have a finished object. I can't show it to you guys though, so this is very frustrating. I don't like when I can't show you guys my projects. I am going to experiment with seeing if I can turn the video black and white, because it's not that I can't show you guys the project, it is that I can't show you guys the colorway, which is a surprise for local yarn shop day. So, all right, let's do a finished object segment. If I have to edit it out because I can't figure out the black and white thing, then I guess I'll edit it out, but let's try to do that. So, going into finished objects. So I have been spending the last few weeks working on a sample knit for Wonderland Yarns using a brand new colorway of their Blossoms yarn. And I'm pretty sure that this colorway, it's a limited edition colorway for local yarn shop day. I don't even know the name of it, but I'm not even allowed to share the color with you guys yet. So that's why this segment is going to go into black and white right now. So this way I can at least show you that I have actually, in fact, finished something, and then I have to mail it off to them this weekend. Actually, Monday I'm gonna mail it, and then they'll have it, and then after it's revealed, then they're gonna send it back to me, and then I'll be able to share the color with you. So yeah, so it'll still be a little while, but I knit up the Meshmerism shawl, and so here it is. basically you cast on at one end and you increase one end while decreasing the other so that only one side of it grows. So it ends up being like a very, very long triangle-ish, whoops, kind of thing. And you alternate between this mesh pattern and garter stitch. And then by the time you cast off, you've got quite a long edge. And there's an option to do a little picot edging, and so I did that. So I'm going to put the picot edge with the one end over there. And basically, I think what we're going to do is just wrap it around a few times. So that can come over, and then there's still plenty of room to wrap it again. So yeah, something like that will be really cute. The picot edge on that at the one end of it is super cute. So yeah, so that is the Meshmerism shawl, and that is my only, or I don't even know if you want to call it a shawl. It's not exactly a scarf. It's not exactly a wrap. It's just like a little summer. This is actually super cute. So this is going to come back to me when they are done using it as a sample. So a couple of months from now, this will probably come back and I'll actually be able to share the color with you all. But yeah, so I'm going to take this off so that we can return to color for the rest of the podcast. So let's go into the whips that I have been working on this week. So I have been gradually, actually not even gradually, but I have been actively, that's a better word to use. I have been actively working towards trimming down the number of whips that I have going on right now, because I had a dozen going into the new year that had been in various stages of whip completion, or like not, have been in various stages of whip-itis. I don't know if that's a word. So I have been spending 2022 actively whittling down my very long list of whips. And I, having finished the Junction sweater, really wanted to cast on something new, but I still have some things that need to get finished. One of which is the Modernist sweater. It's a cardigan by Renee Callahan. I think Callahan is her last name. She is East London Knits on Instagram. And I had worked on this. So this is a project. I'm going to show you the yarn first. So this is my brand ambassador project. So this is sponsored by Wonderland Yarns and Fibers. I am a brand ambassador for them, so they did provide the yarn for this project. And they sent this to me maybe in October. I've had it for several months now, and I'm still working my way through this cardigan. But this is the yarn that I am using. It is so pretty. This is one of their color burst yarns, and I chose their Cheshire base, which is a light fingering weight. It is 512 yards, and it is 100% superwash merino. So I got this, and I wanted to show you guys, just because it's been a while since I've featured this project, that yarn looks like this in the skein. So it is mostly all purple, my most favorite color, if you guys can't tell from a shawlography and like Junction color here. Most favorite colors ever, all right here. It is gorgeous. So there's this one little section that is not purple. It is so pretty. And so this is what it looks like all caked up in a ball. And then, so this is how my project is coming out so far. So it is so fun. All right, I finally have figured out how this is constructed. Last time I thought, so what I had finished last time was the left front, but it's actually also half of the left back. So I had thought that it was maybe like going down this way, but it's actually going around that way. And so what I'm working on now is I picked up the stitches from the back, the center back, and I'm working my way back around the front. So let me see how this exactly works. So there is, the construction is so interesting on this thing. So there is like a button band collar kind of thing. So let's see, this seam right here, is that right? Yeah, that's where I picked up. No, or is this seam? It's so confusing. All right, this seam right here, you can't even really see it, but that's where I picked up the stitches. So this part was the left front, and then it goes around like this. I'm gonna insert a picture of the actual garment so that you guys can really see how this is gonna work, because this is kind of awkward. And I don't think I'm explaining it super well, but so yeah, no, I am. It's working. All right, so this is going to have sleeves picked up from obviously here to go down this way. And then there's gonna be a bottom portion. Once I finish, oh my gosh, I'm trying to, this is not easy to show, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna make this happen. There we go. So, oh my goodness, I'm about here now. So this is gonna come around this way. So I'm doing the neck shaping right now and getting over the shoulder. And then it's gonna sit around like that. And all from the bottom, all around the back and all the way around the front, there's gonna be maybe like this much of a panel knit that way. So it's a really, really cool construction. I absolutely love this yarn. It is gorgeous. And oh my goodness, I want it in another color now. They just showed on their Instagram and Facebook a spring color. And I want to say, I'll have to double check, but I want to say it's called Wild Flowers. And it's like a light pink with maybe like a gray and a little bit of a lighter lavender. It is so pretty for the splash color, but I think the overall color was like a light pink. I'm gonna have to get that one next. It's so pretty. So yeah, check out their Color Burst yarns. I love them. It's so fun. So yeah, so I needed something different to work on, and I had kind of forgotten with everything else that I was knitting and everything going on that, oh yeah, I need to finish this cardigan still. And it's such a lightweight fabric that this is just going to be the absolute most perfect colorway, cardigan. It is the perfect colorway, but that's not what I meant to say. This is going to be the most perfect little lightweight cardigan to be throwing on in the spring during this transitional season. So it wasn't really a priority for me because like these past few months, because I had heavier projects that I was knitting on that, you know, are going to be make more sense to wear and work on during the winter months. But now that we're finally easing into some sort of warmer spring-like weather, I really want to get this done now. And it's just going to be like the perfect little thing to throw on. These colors are amazing. There's my clock. It is 6 o'clock. Okay, you got these colors. I am in love with these colors. What is this one called? I want to say it's Splashing Through Puddles, Color Burst yarn. It is number 19. So, can you guys even see that? There's a glare. I don't know. But yeah, it is, and this is the Cheshire base. So, oh my gosh. Now it makes sense to me how this is all worked. Because when I was showing it to you guys last time, I thought that it was like the front panel of the sweater, but it's not. It actually was like from the center back, and then I knit going this way. And so then what you do is you pick up all the stitches. So I did a provisional cast on from the center back. Now I understand what it is that I actually did. So when I cast on, it was provisional cast on, center back, and knit, did the shaping. And so that actually goes over your shoulder this way. And then instead of having to cast on a new panel, you pick up all the stitches from, well, you don't really pick them up. You just kind of, from the waste yarn, from the provisional cast on, you get those back on the needle, and then you knit the opposite direction. And so now this is gonna come around. And so we're almost there. We are almost there. And so, I'm so excited. So that is what I have really been spending this week knitting on. And I love this. I love this so much. This color, this is my colors. It's so beautiful. All right, I've got one other whip to update you guys on, and then we have spinning. I forgot to bring my acquisition up here. I have an acquisition too. So, all right, let me go grab that while I'm remembering about it, and then we'll get into my other whip. So last time I shared with you the update on my artist's pullover sweater, and I thought that maybe by this episode I would have it finished or almost finished, but I really just needed a break from it. This has been a really intense knit. My plan was to get this done by the end of March, and today is March 26th, so I still have a few days to actually bust my way through this. So it is possible, but I just got really interested in knitting on the Modernist cardigan, and I just needed something much more chill for a while because this just takes so much concentration. This is gonna be beautiful too, though. Oh my goodness, every time I show it on the podcast and I hold it up, I get really excited about finishing it. So last time I hadn't yet finished the cuff completely, but you can see I did go ahead and get that cuff finished. And as promised, as soon as I finished it, oh no, I just lost some stitches. Uh-oh, needle, no, don't do it. No, 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 no. Oh my gosh, come back. Stitches, come back. I think we're okay. Did I miss any? That was seriously frightening, you guys. Okay. Okay, let's get these nice and on the cord. Anyway, my heart was going. Oh my gosh, I didn't want to have to do all that again. Okay, so I did, as promised, as soon as I finished the cuff, I did go and pick up the stitches for the second sleeve, and I did go ahead and do that first twisted cable-y stitch section there. And then I just put it down. I couldn't do it. I just needed a break. I needed a break. But I'm in a good place now. I think I have finished this sweater. We found an apartment, so that's like a huge amount of stress off. That was actually, I have spent so much time just searching apartment listings, and oh my gosh. So thankfully that worked out. So I finished the Junction sweater, and I finished the Meshmerism shawl thing that I had to finish. I just need to mail it now. So like those were two things that I just really needed to get done. I knit my son some St. Patrick's Day socks on time for St. Patty's Day. So that happened. I mean, a lot of knitting has been happening, and I got this whole sleeve done. So, you know, I'm pretty proud still of where this is. And I don't know if I'll get it done by next weekend, which is the first weekend in April, or not. But you guys, we're getting there. It would be nice if I tried to bust out this sleeve this week, because we do still have some cool weather, and I might get to wear it once really quick before all of a sudden it's spring, because this is pretty heavy. There's a lot of color work. You Good. We should look at my floats. I think we deserve a good float appreciation. We haven't done that in a while. This sweater too, I'm not gonna flip this one inside out, but the floats on this one, beautiful. Loving the floats. So yeah, I mean, you know, plus the sleeve. Let's look at some floats. Look at how beautiful this is. I could even wear it on this side. You know? That looks really nice. I mean, I should really like pat myself on the back. I'm doing a nice job. It's just taking forever. But yeah, so there's floats galore. And then, I don't know, can you guys see those floats there without me flashing anything? Look at that. They're really pretty. I love a good float show off. Okay, so anyway, that is, it's still needing to be done. But I mean, I think you guys can understand why I needed a bit of a break from it, right? And just needed something much more low-key to work on. So anyway, this one will be my next finished object for sure, because I am not going to let this thing linger into the spring. That thing is getting done. Okay, so I have spinning. I have a spinning segment today. I've got yarn. I'm moving that. So yeah, let's head on into spinning. I was just talking to the camera and I was not recording. Let's try this again. So I have had 2 drop spinning projects going. So I have had 2 drop spindle projects going this week. So I'm excited to share about both of these. So both of these projects have been lingering on my drop spindles since the fall. And I am loving both of these, but I am also ready to start spinning up some brand new yarn, fiber projects. I've been getting some pretty fun colors in the mail for my Paradise Fibers subscription, so I'm kind of eager to cast on something bright and summery. So I have been working through these. So let's talk about this one first. I talked about this one a lot last time. I finally have it on my tiny spindle, and this is Sweet Georgia fiber, and it is called Falling Leaves. And this is now officially halfway spun through because I had 4 of these bumps after separating the long braid into 4 bumps. And so this is one of them. And then the other one is on my spindle. But so what I have now is 3. One of them broke, but I have 3. I have no idea which one is which. It's so pretty. Oh my goodness. So this is, what is this again? It is alpaca merino silk. It is 50% alpaca, 30% merino wool, and 20% silk. And now that I am spinning it on the appropriate spindle, which is my lightest one, it is going very, very well. I mean, look at these colors. So these are my single plies. Right now I am planning on doing a 2-ply with it. And oh my gosh, it's coming out so nice. I really, really, really love it. So yeah, so I have been really focusing on alternating between these 2 projects. I have done quite a bit of spinning again this week. So I've got, you know, I started filling up another spindle, and we're going. I'm probably a third of the way there before, you know, I'll have to take it off the spindle. And yeah, there's a lot of fiber. Oh, that was both of them. Anyway, so there's this much left to spin all together. So we're getting there. I've got 1 whole bump and then most of another one still. You guys can see like the fibers of this alpaca. You see how long they are? So like they're just, it's so fuzzy. So it's really, really, really soft and really nice. And yes, very autumnal, beautiful colors. All right, so then the other one, let me show you the next one. So I'm not quite as far along in the next one, which is why I have been focusing most of my energy this week on this one. Guys, these colors, oh my gosh. So this is a Polworth silk blend, and this is the Sweater Weather colorway, and this is Frabjous Fibers. And so it's an organic Polworth silk top. And so that's what the label looks like. This was a limited edition yarn from October. It is so beautiful, and this is an absolute dream to spin. Oh my goodness. So I am now on the second of 4 bumps, and I'm about halfway through that one. This one's actually going really quickly. So that's what it's looking like on my spindle. It matches my spindle. I mean, it's so gorgeous. And this, I finally filled up 1 whole bump worth on my spindle. I'm spinning this one also very, very fine. And this is also going to be a 2-ply. I think I've never done anything more than a 2-ply yet. And I'm not ready to go beyond that yet. I don't know. It's just, these are just, I'm still in 2-ply land with these, but this is going to be just gorgeous. So yeah, ideally I will finish at least one of these 2 projects soon and then get going on a spring or summer colorway. And yeah, I'm excited. Spinning is making me very happy. I am mostly still doing it outdoors. We have had some really nice weather. But I also brought this one to my office. Like on Fridays, I have a good 2-hour break in between my chamber coachings. And so I have started bringing my spinning with me, because when I was working from home, that's what I would do on my breaks. I would take my lunch break and I would take my spindle and I would sit outside. So I'm sitting in my office and doing it right now, but like listening to podcasts and stuff while I'm spinning on my lunch break. And it's just something that I can look forward to in the office at the end of my long teaching week every Friday. And then, yeah, as the weather gets warmer, I am definitely going to be doing lots and lots and lots more spinning. But yeah, so that is the status of my 2 projects. I am so excited. I love when they start getting off the spindle and I start collecting singles, because then it really makes it real, the idea that it's gonna be a yarn in weeks or a couple of months or something. So yeah. All right, so that is all the spinning I have for this week. I've been working on those 2 projects, and that is it. I have a very teeny tiny acquisition section, so let's move on into acquisitions. I didn't mean to have an acquisition, but Susan B. Andersen struck again, and this time it was in the form of a collaboration with Amy from Knit Collage. And I have been wanting to get my hands on some Knit Collage yarn, and so this was the perfect opportunity. So I have a little package here, and what Susan does with her Knit Collage yarn is she has a mittens pattern. So I have this is basically kitted up to be able to make some mittens. I'm so excited to show you guys this. It's so pretty. So what I have in this kit is, for the cuffs, I'm not showing you the Knit Collage yet, but so the cuffs are with Susan B. Andersen's yarn, and it's so nice. This is her home, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the worsted weight. And then this is the Knit Collage. Oh, I got the Hyacinth Purple Daisy Chain yarn. It is so fantastic. Oh my goodness. It is so pretty. Do you guys see how purple is my favorite color? There's some sparkle in it. So I'm gonna undo this and really look at it with you guys. So you guys know that Knit Collage, what she does is really great. She has trained a very small group of women down in India, and so she gives them employment, and I don't know the whole entire story by memory, but it's a beautiful thing that she has done down there. And oh, this is just gorgeous, guys. Look at that. There's little daisies in there. It's purple and gray and thick and thin, and then there's also some fabric in there, which is really cool. And so like here's a little daisy right there. There's also another kind of like a lace trim fabric right there. It's so beautiful. So this was hand spun with love in India, bits of tea dyed lace, hand printed. Now, all right, is it Jaipur or Jaipur? It's Jaipur. I always say Jaipur. I don't know if that is right, but bits of those fabrics and daisy trims are hand spun into each colorway of daisy chain, along with wool, mohair, and sparkling polyester fibers called Angelina. So this is 100 grams, but it's only 60 yards, about 60 yards. So yeah, it's 99% wool, 1% polyester, and yeah, so can get, I think that what Susan said, because she offered with either 1 or 2 skeins of Knit Collage, because they are not inexpensive. And so the way that she has done her mitten pattern was she has a way where you can get 1 pair of mittens with 1 skein of the Knit Collage and her hand spun, if you do it very, very strategically. So yeah, I'm tempted to see if I can, I've got really tiny hands too, so I'm tempted to see if I can get my mittens done with just 1 skein, and then with the other one, I don't know, maybe it would be enough for a cute little headband or a cute little cowl. I'll have to look and see on the Knit Collage website like what patterns are possible for like a single skein of Knit Collage. So I would love to stretch this to more than 1 pair of mittens if possible, because it's so pretty. It's so pretty. So that is the only acquisition I have for you guys today. I know this is a pretty short podcast. I do have another project that, well, let me show you guys one more thing. So I already shared this in the acquisitions. I guess it must have been my last acquisitions section, because I don't think I had acquisitions last episode. So let me get that, and I'll just, I am getting ready to cast on a project, and I feel like I'm ready to do it. So I caked up some of my yarn. So last time I showed you guys that this is going to be my next cast on, which is this cover, it's the Effervescence pullover from the cover of the spring issue of the Pom Pom magazine, and it is by Amy Scher. And so I picked up some Wandering Flock yarn, and I've showed this to you guys before, but I'll show you what it looks like again, because I caked some of it up so that I could get ready to cast it on. So I've got singles and I've got a mohair. This is the mohair. It's so pretty. So, oh my goodness. I'm so excited about this. And then the singles looks like this. Let's see if let's look at it like pulled open here. Really, it's just this Cosmic tie-dye colorway here. It's so spring, and I'm wanting like by April 1st to get this actually cast on and going. It's so pretty. It's like really bright pastels, and it is fantastic. And oh my gosh, yeah. So I am ready. I'm ready to actually get this cast on. And so this is, it's so like, it's just so happy. So this is what it looks like all caked up. This is just gonna be so cute, this pattern. So yeah, it's effervescent. You start bottom up. So I think that I will get it cast on. It's gonna like be a very mindless project initially because it's worked in the round and bottom up until you get to the lace part and split for the sleeves and all of that. And then this cute little ruffle is mohair. I'm so excited. But yeah, that's officially everything I have to share with you guys today. I cannot believe it has been 50 episodes. I'm also kind of bummed that it was raining today and I couldn't sit outside, but yeah, I'm grateful to have had an empty house for a little while. So yeah, that is it. Thank you guys for spending time with me again. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me today and just hanging out with me for a little bit. And as always, if you are enjoying these podcasts, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And send me a comment and let me know what it is that you guys are working on and what you're excited to cast on next. And I hope that you will consider subscribing if you have not already. And until the next time I sit down with you guys, have an amazing week. Bye-bye.